This MLS is Back tournament for the Philadelphia Union has been something spectacular for us fans of the Philadelphia Union. What we've gone through in the past 11 years has been a bunch of up and downs. But over the past 2 years, Jim Kirchin and this Philadelphia Union team has been able to give this group of fans some glimpse of hope in the city of Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the Philadelphia Union's last match of the year against the Portland Timbers in the MLS's Back semifinals. Don't go anywhere, because you don't want to miss this, guys. Damn, man. Hey, Donnie! Welcome everyone to DOOP by the River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union, brought to you by Philly Sports Network. Of course, I'm your boy El Parcero Philly, United of all things sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. And DOOP by the River and El Parcero Philly YouTube channel is brought to you by Philly Sports Network. Head on over to PSN for all your Philly sports needs. I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can check that out. And also check out Philly Sports Network Philadelphia Union podcast as well. The DOOP by the River podcast edition. Every week we bring you all the hottest topics in the world of the Philadelphia Union. I would love it if you would subscribe and rate that podcast. Again, I will leave a link for that podcast in the descriptions below. But yes, guys, today is the last match review of this season here for the Philadelphia Union. Final score of the Philadelphia Union against the Portland Timbers was 2-1. Heartbreaking fashion, our season has ended just like that. But there's a lot to talk about here in this game. Going into it, though, obviously, with Portland Timbers, we were pretty evenly matched with these guys. Portland obviously plays pretty good defense. They play both ways of the ball as well. You got like guys like Sebastian Blanco, Yamini Charra, Diego Valeri, Eric Williamson, and Diego Charra as well. All are very effective on both sides of the pitch. But we knew that in order to win this game, there was two things that needed to be done. Number one, the counterattack and the high pressing of the Philadelphia Union need to be on point, just like every single game. The reason why we were unbeaten in this tournament was because of that high press, and that counterattack was on point all throughout this tournament. And we knew that they need to show up. You knew Andre Blake needed to have a monster game again, and you knew that Brandon Aronson needed to do his thing against one of the best central defensive midfielders in the MLS, and you knew that Jose El Brujo Martinez needs to be that first line of defense for our Union defense. A couple of things happened, a couple of things didn't happen, but we will talk about it here. I want to start off, though, by looking at the formation and lineups for our Philadelphia Union. So starting off with the formation, again, no surprise, 4-4-2 diamond. This, honestly, it got figured out. I'll be honest with you, the formation got figured out, the philosophy got figured out. You really got to give your credit to where it's due to Gio Savarese and this Portland Timbers team. They had was it two less days of rest after we beat Sporting Kansas City, and yet they still put together a game plan to put us away, essentially. And you got to give credit to Gio Savarese because they really did a great job of trying to putting us away. Let's look at the starting lineup. Starting goal, no surprise, Andre Blake. You got to really commend him. Now, Portland didn't really give him anything any crazy shots to be scared of, but he did his job. The two goals we'll talk about in a second, but I can't fault him too much on those two goals. Moving to the back line, starting from left to right, we had Kai Wagner, Mark McKenzie, Jack Elliott, and Ray Gaddis. I got to start with Kai Wagner because this was, to me, the worst match that we've seen from Kai Wagner in this tournament. Defensively, he was a liability. He didn't play smart. He had a terrible foul that would turn into a yellow card in the second half. He did contribute a little bit to the attack, had a couple crosses. They weren't anything too crazy. You knew Portland Timbers team who likes to sit back. We've seen it before, especially last season when they came to Chester, that they like to sit back. So when the team likes to sit back, you need to attack from out wide. And Kai Wagner's crosses weren't always precise in this game. Kai Wagner chose the wrong time to have a bad game, and he would be the culprit of the first goal, which again we will get to in 1 second. Mark McKenzie, Jack Elliott. Listen, the Portland attack they really tested this back line, and I have to commend them because I think they did a solid job, especially in the second half. They did a great job of closing this out. They really made Andre's job a little bit easier. And in the second half, when we were down 2-0, Jim Kirchin, gambled a little bit. He told his fullbacks Ray Gaddison and Kyle Wagner, move up, just play up top. All we had was those two center backs, literally as the last line defense. But it really wasn't a big issue because Portland literally had 9 defenders back. 9 defenders back. No surprise there. Gio Savarese taking a nice little page out of the Jose Mourinho book. So I have to commend the two center backs for the Philadelphia Union. Jack Elliott, he had this really spectacular play near the end of the second half. It would have made it 3-1 in the match. I really want to say it was Sebastian Blanco had a clear opportunity to get a shot on goal. And Jack Elliott from behind just slid. He had a nice little slide tackle, and he got all ball, and that would save an opportunity there for the third goal. So these two guys really you have to commend. Ray Gaddis, look, Ray got manhandled a couple times. Ray, you know what it is with Ray, guys. You can't really fault him too much. We know his skill set, but yeah, got manhandled a little bit by Portland. Let's move on to the midfield. Starting from left to right, we had Jamiro Montero at that left shuttle midfielder. At the 6th role, we had Jose El Brujo Martinez. At that right shuttle midfielder, we had our captain, Alejandro Bedoya. And at the tip of the diamond, we had Mr. Medford Messi, Brandon Aronson. Where do we start here? Let's start with Brandon. Disappointing, to say the least. I was very disappointed here. Now, we talked about this. This was literally one of the matchups that we were looking for. Brandon Aronson facing off against the best central defensive midfielder in the MLS, Diego Charra, and Diego Charra won that battle handsomely. Okay, he shut him down. Brandon Aronson did not know what to do with the physicality of Diego Charra. Diego Charra wanted Brandon Aronson to know that Diego Charra's presence was there all day, all night long. Even when Brandon Aronson would pass the ball off and Diego Charra missed the opportunity to get there, he would still shove him. And those little things, just letting Brandon Aronson know that it's going to be a long night for you, little boy. And it really affected us because we talked about it too. If Diego shuts down Brandon Aronson, that negates the ability of linking the midfield to our forwards, and that really was the case there. We did see Brandon Aronson switch out. I saw maybe 2 or 3 times where Brandon Aronson would switch to Alejandro Bedoya. Brandon would move out wide to try to attack from there, cut back inside. Alejandro Bedoya is a little bit more physical. He can deal with Diego Charra, even though Alejandro is not, as skillful as Brandon Aronson or as creative as Brandon Aronson as I can, but this is a learning curve here for Brandon Aronson, and who knows what the future is going to hold for Brandon Aronson. But this is a match that he needs to learn from here. He needs to hit that. He needs to hit that weight room. He needs to learn how to go up against guys who are more physical, especially someone like Diego Charra. But this is definitely a good learning opportunity for Brandon Aronson. Jamiro Montero, solid match. He was tenacious. He was active all day. Again, helping creating the attack. Only issue is Jim Kirchin. He needs to stop taking those free kicks. 3 opportunities with free kicks. Now on the third one, it did result in our lone goal. Steve Clark could not handle that ball, but I personally believe that Jamiro Montero should not be our free kick taker going into next season. Alejandro Bedoya, solid match as well. It's tough, you really feel for Ali here. He just wants to win a championship for Philly, and in this match, he played his heart out. He absolutely played his heart out. He left everything out on the pitch. That's what you expect from Ali. And I just feel for him. I really just feel for him. I really want to see him hoist a trophy. It would really be awesome to see, because that's one guy that absolutely deserves it. El Brujo Martinez, defensively, wasn't as tenacious as we are used to seeing. Offensively, he did contribute. He did have some nice long passes. So definitely good to see that Brujo had showed a different facet of his game, and I like seeing him show some respect to Diego Charra. I think that El Brujo needs to emulate his game after Diego Charra. If we can get ourselves a Diego Charra, guys, woo! future looks bright. All right, guys, let's move to the forwards, guys. Guys, Kasper Shibilko, Sergio Santos Gomes. Where do I start? Let's go with Sergio. All right, so Sergio on the attack, he was doing his thing as usual, showing his physicality, testing the back line, missed opportunities, and obviously we're all going to talk about the PK. Now, here's my thing on the PK. From my understanding, now obviously I'm not too familiar with the rules of who or who shouldn't take PKs, but from what I observed in my time of diligently watching soccer worldwide, the person who's the hottest, the person who typically has the most goals, is typically the person who takes the PKs. That's what I've observed, right? And in this tournament, Sergio Santos Gomes has been our goal scorer. He's got the most goals for the Union in this tournament. So I understand why Jim Kirchin went with him, and I know that was the topic of debate after this game ended. But dude, he was looking like Cody Parkey out there with that. What the hell was that? You even got Steve Clark to pick the wrong side, and you still skyrocketed. Why can't you literally, all you have to do is tap it in. In the words of Carl Merriweather, just tap it in, tap it in, right? But no, that wasn't the case, guys, and that's a lasting image. Because imagine you go into the second half on a 1-1 draw. Imagine going into the second half after the end of the first half. Sergio Santos nails that penalty kick. We go in the second half with a 1-1 draw. That completely changes the game. It's an open game again. So that definitely was a momentum swinger, and that's just very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Kasper Shibilko, dude, where the fuck have you been? Literally, where have you been? Since the Miami game where he had that nice goal off the counterattack, dude, I don't know where Kasper Shibilko's been. His head has not been in Orlando. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know if he was scared about the COVID again. He literally, he does not look like the Kasper Shibilko from July to beginning of August of last year. That's a little bit concerning, guys, because now you're talking about Kasper Shibilko, who can turn it up, but can get hot and cold, right? Just like in this tournament, he was missing in the knockout round. In the most important time to play, he didn't show up. And obviously, we already know he's an injury liability. So I really hate to say this, but guys, we need to start looking at whether or not Kasper Shibilko is the future at our striking position. That's something we literally need to think about here. But I was not impressed by Kasper Shibilko whatsoever. And we talked about it. After the SKC game, he had a terrible game. Jim Kirchin took him out in the 70th minute. And in this game, he doesn't even show up? In the semifinals? My guy. What the hell, man? What the hell? That's super, super, super disappointing. All right, so again, we've talked about this plenty in this tournament. Jim, with the ability of putting 5 substitutes in, only put in 2 subs in this match. We saw El Senior go in for Sergio Santos Gomes, and we saw Andrew Wooten come in for Jose El Brujo Martinez. I mean, I get it. There's no one else that can change the face of the game off the bench other than El Senior, but that is worrisome, guys. I've been fed and I've been told that this is a deep Union team, one of the deepest teams in the MLS. And then when I look at Portland, Jeremy Abobase, who has had a fantastic tournament, gets subbed out for Yaroslav Niezgoda, a DP, who's a solid DP. Marvin Loria gets subbed out for Andy Polo, who can hit top ends, let's just say that, to say the least. Sebastian Blanco gets taken out for Lip Morra. Jorge Villafania gets taken out for Paulo Bonilla. And Diego Valeri gets taken out for Bill Tuluma. That's another thing we have to look at going into the offseason there. All right, now look, in the beginning of this match, Portland definitely were not playing. They came out fast. They came out furious. They were all over us. They had nice opportunities. They were passing the ball around very well. They had some shots on goal. They pretty much throughout the game, really, they made do of the little opportunities that they did have. First goal, 13th minute, after a Sebastian Blanco shot from outside the box that took a bounce. Andre Blake deflected it and go out of bounds, and on the corner kick, Diego Valeri would take it and would center it in. Jeremy Abobasi would find a way to get away from Kai Wagner and would just get a nice header in the ball, bounce right in front of the goal line, and it would go right in the back of the net to give Portland the 1-0 lead early in this match. 13th minute in, we were all shocked to say the least. Kai Wagner at that, where were you? Like, these are just basic fundamentals, and I didn't grow up playing soccer, and I know this. When you're on a set piece, literally, you stick your guy. You're right on him, Kai. You're right on him. And didn't happen. Jeremy got right past Kai, and that was a nice goal for Portland. And we didn't know what to do. We've only played with the lead in this game. In this tournament, we've never not had the lead. So this was a test for the Union. You're down only one goal, but what are you going to do now with the deficit? Well, it went back and forth at the end of nearly 10 minutes before the end of the first half. That's when the Union really, I think, had the best opportunities on them. And then, of course, as we mentioned, 5 minutes into the injury time in the first half, it was Jamiro Montero got awarded the PK. Sergio Santos would take it, and yeah, we already talked about it. Sergio Santos just sailed that bad boy right over the net. And that was really a momentum killer, because you again, like I said, you get that goal at the end of the first half. You go into the second half with an absolute clean slate. But all right, in the second half, I gotta commend the Union, because they did pick up the intensity. They were active all in the beginning of that second half. But then, god damn it, right when things started looking good for the Union, 70th minute, Sebastian Blanco, again off a set piece. Off a corner kick, Sebastian Blanco got a rebound, and from out wide on the left side of the goal, would just would head it right past Andre Blake. And on that goal, you really have to look out Jose El Brujo Martinez. He lost Sebastian Blanco, and Sebastian was able to find that rebound and put the ball into the back of the net. And 2-0. Now 70 minutes into the game, you're down 2-0. Portland continued sitting back. They had 10 guys. They would have 9 guys back in defense, and the Union were trying everything possible. We do have to give credit. When Elsinho came into the game, he did give it a little extra spark of attack, and that's kind of what we needed. You know, Elsinho on 1v1 situations is dangerous. It's really tough to contain him, and once he gets past one person, when another person can make that run, and he was doing that. Unfortunately, we couldn't capitalize on that, but this Elsinho sub really did turn the momentum a little bit back to us. And then in the 85th minute, off of Jamiro Montero, a free kick, he finally didn't sail it over the net. He got it right onto Steve Clark. Steve Clark could not handle that rocket shot. He dropped it, and Andrew Wooten was right there and hit it, would nail it into the back of the net, and that would cut the deficit. The Union now were down just one goal with 5 minutes left in the game. Who knows how much time injury time would have been, but we were in a really good spot there. Now in the extra times, oh man, so there's the play of the game. Really, this is the controversial play. We're gonna be talking about this for months, I'm assuming. In the Portland end, in the Portland final third, Brandon Aronson was trapped, did not know what to do, passed the ball, it nutmegged a Portland defender, and would find Kasper Shabilko, who would just slide it low enough into the back of the net. And we thought that looked like a goal, until Mr. Referee on the fucking sideline with the stupid little flag lifted that damn flag and called offsides. We went to VAR, and who knows what VAR we're looking at. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of it. But literally, Kasper Shabilko and that Portland defender were straight in a line. They were literally right in a freaking line, and they took the goal back. Like, my God, that call literally irked the shit out of me, guys. That was a goal. I don't care what you say. That's a goal. In anyone's book, that should be a freaking goal. But It is what it is. It was a close call, and unfortunately it didn't go the Union's way, and that would be the difference. A couple minutes later, ref would blow the whistle, and the Union season would end just like that, even with the dying opportunity. It felt, you know what, this game felt like Friday Night Lights, the movie, not the show, the movie. When you get tackled right at the 1 yard line, this is what it felt like. We got tackled right at the 1 yard line, and we lost the game. We lost the game. But look, it sucks. It really sucks. You guys know, if you guys follow me on social media, I was gonna head down the Broad Street. I was ready. I was ready to celebrate a championship here with the Philadelphia Union. But the soccer gods didn't think it was our time, and you can't be mad at that. It is what it is. At the end of the day, the Union gave it their all. Portland is a team that is well coached, have veteran players, and are talented. Diego Valeri, Sebastian Blanco, Diego Charra, Jeremy Boese has really shown he is a valuable number 9 in this league. That's a quality team we lost to, guys. And an experienced team, too. Like, it was 2 years ago that they were in the MLS Cup final, and now they're in it again. So these are just things that we have to learn. And for all you Negadelphins out there, and for all you Union fans who are coming at the Union after this loss, my guy, where the hell were we 4 years ago? We weren't even sniffing up the playoffs. I'm not mad at the performance of the Philadelphia Union. I'm super proud of these guys. They gave it their all. They were one of the best teams in this tournament. That's the reason why they are they were a semifinal finalist. We have to go into this offseason making some adjustments here. We gotta figure out this depth issue. I mean, I will make an episode, obviously, talking about what the Union need to do going into the offseason. But I'm proud of these guys. I'm so proud. It sucks to lose. Of course, it sucks to lose. The season's over. But you gotta be proud of these guys. These guys represented Philadelphia. They made us super proud. All right, guys, that's oh man, it sucks. This is the last match review, just like that. My second season at covering the Union is done. In the comments below, guys, let's talk about it. Let me know what your thoughts were in this match here. Do you agree with that call? Was it offsides? You let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for following me these past 2 seasons. It truly means the world to me. I have truly gained an affection and a love for this team. This team has stolen my heart. It is my number 1 love here in Philadelphia. And thank you for everyone who has supported me over the past 2 years. You guys can best believe El Parcero Philly ain't going nowhere. PSN ain't going nowhere either. We're just going to intensify in this offseason. We're going to absolutely take advantage of this. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your favorite Parcero grow. And until next time, Duperos, I'm your boy Parcero Philly, and I'm telling you guys to Dupe on. I love you, Union. Talk to you soon.